I want to ride my bicycle, but I can't for two reasons. First of all, outside is absolutely horrific right now. The weather is terrible. In fact, I put a little reel up on Instagram yesterday showing how the quaint little stream beside my house has become a raging torrent. The second reason is that I don't have a bicycle. I do. It's in storage back near the house I moved from a couple of weeks ago, hundreds of miles away from here, my new house. This is not my new house, this is the barn next to my house. I don't live in a barn. So the solution is very simple. It's indoor bicycle time. Now, do not get too excited. This is not going to be a complete setup. I'm not going to finish the process. In fact, these bikes aren't even going to get set up where I'm going to be using them long term. Today's video is getting these unboxed and available to be used. Oh yes. And yes, I've got two of them. So if you are someone that's been watching the channel previously, you'll probably know that I've used and loved using a Wahoo kicker bike. It was really the sort of first bicycle of any sort that I bought as an adult. Got it in 2020, just as we entered lockdown with the COVID stuff, so that I could basically exercise in my garage. And it changed my life, quite literally. It made me fitter, healthier. It got me really into competitive events through Zwift. And that then kind of morphed into doing other things outdoors. It launched the YouTube channel in many ways. So why am I not setting up the Wahoo kicker bike in here? Well, first of all, it's not without its faults. It would occasionally drop its Bluetooth signal, which would be highly annoying, be in the middle of a race and suddenly you're just kind of thrown out of it. I was never entirely convinced about the aesthetics of it as well. One of the biggest problems was that I thought it would be really easy to change the size of it so that I could use it, 6'6", and my wife could use it, 5'6", because it was, in theory, easy to adjust. But actually it turned out that wasn't really the case. In fact, things like the seat would slip and slide if I didn't bolt it down in such a way that it became really inconvenient to move at all. And consequently, my wife didn't use it, or if she did use it, it would then be a chore for me to set it back up for myself. I didn't fall out of love with it completely, but I was certainly open to adulterous behaviour. And in stepped Zwift, who, when they heard I was going to be setting up a pain cave here in my new place, said, try the new Zwift bikes. And even better, try his and hers. So although these are, I'm led to believe, really easy to change the size on, height and reach and all that sort of stuff, my hope is that because we've got one each, we can actually ride in here together. That'd be quite cool. Race each other or just, I don't know, climb out the Zwift side by side. So if you've seen the video I did recently, you might be thinking this isn't where I said the cardio stuff was going to be. You're absolutely right. There's another room around the corner, which is going to be the cardio space. This is going to be free weights. Squat rack is going to go here. However, we need to do some work on this place. It's a stone-built building. It's been built with lime mortar originally, and it's been done up with things like cement and regular paint. It needs some TLC from us before we can get it back to being, well, usable as a gym. If we start sweating in here, ramping up the humidity of the place when it is not breathable and able to function as an old building should, we're going to end up with all sorts of problems, condensation and damp and everything. Got a few experts coming in soon to talk to us about that. And actually, if you're interested in how that's going to go, check out Jen's channel, because she's doing all of the kind of house stuff and the land stuff. I'm just doing sporty stuff.
Me.
First room we're going to get done when we know what we have to do is the cardio room. So we're leaving it as empty as possible so it can be completed, and then everything that's cardio can go in there. Having done that, we'll then do this, and then this will be ready for the weights, and then the weights can come in here. So why bother setting them up at all? Because I just want to do some exercise. I am on the go with this new place from the minute I wake up until the minute I go to sleep. It's currently Sunday night, it's about 10 o'clock at night, and I'm still doing stuff. I thought that I would be exercising all the time here. That's not what's happening. I'm just active all the time.
Pokey, 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 and there she goes.
I need to get my heart racing, sweating, feeling like I'm actually doing a workout on top of just being really active during the day. So I want to get the bikes up and running so that I can do that. And that means putting them here for now. As soon as the cardio room is ready, they'll go across, then this room will get done, then the gym comes in. That's the plan. Now I know that some people are going to say that a kicker bike, which I had, and in fact still have in storage, is a better bit of kit than a Zwift bike, which is running on the Wahoo Kicker Core system. I don't care. I am motivated by new, cool, shiny things. I just think a couple of these side by side are going to look very smart. There's also the thing that when I got the kicker bike, I wasn't a cyclist. I'm probably not really regarded as a cyclist now. But the fact that it didn't look like a bike really didn't matter to me. In fact, it was almost a good thing. It just looked like a cool bit of tech. But as I've got into cycling, I just quite like the idea that the bike that I'm using for exercise looks and feels like a bicycle that I'd be then riding at the weekend. So no, the Zwift bikes running these Wahoo Kicker Core units are not better than a Wahoo Kicker bike. But for what I want, what we want, well, they might well be. That's one. And that is two. So far, these are going together remarkably easy, which is good. Well done, Wahoo, for making these units pretty straightforward. Now is going to be the interesting bit because I need to hook the bike up to the Kicker Core. And there appear to be a variety of different options for doing that. So let's hope it doesn't now become complicated. Like that. I've just come back from in the house where I had to go to get Wi-Fi signal to watch a video on how to build the bike. And I'm thinking half these parts I don't have. They've not sent me everything. And I remembered I haven't opened all the boxes yet. Hey, I'm too close. I'm switching to guns. No. Why is that not going in? Okay, so it turns out if you're not a moron and you've watched the tutorial video on YouTube, or just read the instructions probably, it goes together incredibly easy. In fact, I should better build the other one in record time. Okay, bike 2 went together remarkably easy, as it probably should have done on bike 1. All I've got to do now is stick the pedals on, got a few cables to plug into these things, and then tidy up and see what I've got. I'm going to fit the regular, pretty useless looking pedals for now because my pedals are all in storage with my other bike. Okay, finished for today, and they are looking pretty cool. This one needs the handlebars putting around the right way, but I really can't be bothered to do that right now. Got a couple of TV screens to go in front of them. I'm not sure whether those TV screens will actually get set up on this wall here, because obviously it will involve putting mounting points on that wall. I don't really want to be drilling into my 300-year-old wall if I'm only going to be doing it temporarily. So what we might be doing is putting those on a table or so. I'm not quite sure yet. There'll be a solution for that that won't involve drilling into the walls. But they are looking pretty smart. Yeah, I like them. This feels good. Obviously needs setting up for my size and everything, but this is going to be cool. It's been so long since I sat on an exercise bike. Next video will be them in use and a bit of a review of them. We'll have the TV screen set up in some sort of configuration so that we can use them properly. And yeah, me and Jen will give them a go and see what we think. In the meantime, a huge thank you to Zwift for hooking us up. If you're wondering why would Zwift bother to supply us with anything at all, I think the reality is they just understand that I am an athlete of some caliber and a reviewer of sporting tech with almost no equal. So I guess it makes a lot of sense when you realise that. I'm not sure where this should be plugged in.